I got a job in 2, 3 months, 2 weeks, 2, 3 days.
Mm.
No, after a day, I was called in to come and start. Guess what? When I came to start, we were using a public transport, like the special taxis.
Mm.
That taxi stuck.
First day.
Yeah. And remember, it's white people. I'm the only black people and the first black person in that school. I was the first black since the school was there from 1976.
You're the first black
I'm the
teacher.
first black teacher in that school.
Wow. Okay.
Remember the words they would say that you are the dark chocolate on the white chocolate. You know the words that the white people would say and all that. But I didn't care. I think I didn't. And the taxi got stuck. And my kids also, I took them from the other school. I'm going them to the new school. They're in the taxi also. I had to come out of that taxi. They told me 7 o'clock. Remember, there's a black person coming to our school. She's late on her first day. And I went out of that taxi. I left my kids. I told the driver, you'll see what you do with my kids. They must get to school. I hiked another taxi. The taxi got stuck. Like I'm a Yeah. He's stuck. Just like that.
Okay.
And my husband, by then, when I called him, he was at Gravelot.
It's far.
Very far. I had a car I couldn't drive. The very same woman. They said she was a witch. Yeah. I called her. She didn't take 2 seconds. She stopped. She took me to my workplace. Look, I could 3 minutes to 7. I need to get in. God, what?
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Palavra Podcast Corner. My name is Nyeko Mabaso, and I'm also happy that you are watching me from wherever you are. We're shooting from Sfapane Lodge in Palavra. It's a beautiful place. We love working from here. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the, on YouTube, on the comment section. And also, please share. Do not only like and subscribe. You're also welcome to share and engage us on the comment section. I'm sitting with a guest here. We're still celebrating our ladies. It's Women's Month, so we're still celebrating Banba Bashisat. So we feel it's important to spend time with them and engage and celebrate them. Today we're celebrating one of our own, and here we're gonna learn a thing or two from her, and she's gonna share her story with us. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome aus Danisile Machimane Shikwambana. The other way around.
The other way around. The other way around would do. Because it was that one before, then this one next.
Okay, but
Shikwambana
it still
Machimane.
identifies you.
Still the same.
Welcome to Palavra Podcast Corner.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and I'm happy to be here.
Really?
Yes.
I'm glad. Do you watch it sometimes?
I do. I think I watched three of them.
Okay.
So yeah.
No, you've watched it.
Yeah, I've come across 3 of the broadcasts. So
Hey,
yeah.
it's important that
Yes,
you watch
very
it
much.
because someone is going to be watching you.
Yes, and I'm excited for that. It's obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danisile, you are a teacher
Yes.
at Red School.
Yes.
Do you remember what you wanted to be when you grew up? Let me take you back to your primary level. Do you remember what you wanted to be?
I do, and I did. I did study what I wanted to be.
Okay.
But okay, fine. Let me start. Initially, I wanted to work and maybe a soldier, police. You know those kind of forces. But then when I went to university, then I embarked into a journey of studying psychology.
Okay.
Well, I did BA Social Sciences, and then I majored in psychology and criminology, which criminology still covers what I wanted.
Okay.
But there was a time when I was in grade 12, I wanted to do law, and I was discouraged somehow. My mom said, law, it's not good. You're going to lie and stuff and all that. You're going to go to hell because now you're actually defending somebody that has been wrong and all that. Listening to parents and all that. Then I took it, went to university. I majored in psychology and criminology.
Okay.
Yes, I didn't initially do teaching. So
I see.
teaching just came out along the way.
Okay. So growing up, you never thought of being a teacher.
No, not at all. As much as I was sometimes a delinquent in class, I would never want to be a teacher.
Yes, girl.
No, 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 no. No, the way teachers have to bear all those kids in the class and all that. Me being a teacher, I never saw myself there.
Do you love
No.
being a teacher now?
I love being a teacher. I love it.
Great. We're gonna
I
talk
love it.
about that. You're gonna share your story with us. I've sat with a couple of teachers and like the challenges leti mi hlanganaka na tona xikolweni.
Mm,
And there are things that us as parents we are not aware of because we
That's
don't
true.
really spend time with our kids.
That's true.
So we're gonna talk a little bit about that, so you can enlighten people on what you guys are experiencing at school because of negligence.
All right.
Ngwana nga pasi na blame ngwe, 'cause we also need to play our part.
That's true. Very
So
much.
you're gonna share with us. Look, let me take you a little bit back. I just wanna hear your background. Where you born from? Actually, what are you about? Who's this lady sitting with me here?
Okay, Danisile. Danisile she's a daughter among 11 siblings, and my dad was a pastor. My mom is a pastor. We have a ministry at Polokwane where we usually fellowship there. So I come from a pot of pastoral background. I remember there's one time my dad, when he would go to other provinces, we had to go along. We had to take along. There was never a time where he would travel and we stay behind.
All of you.
All of us. All of us, but then remember now it goes with years. There were those who were born this year, and all that. I remember there's one traveling that we went to Mpumalanga. So when we went to Mpumalanga, it was 6 of us. It was just 6 of us. My elder sister was in a boarding school. The other one was married. Yeah, we started school there, and it was church every day. We'd go to school, church. There were times where we had to sleep in a tent, and the rain would be flowing down, and the cold would be so much. Sleeping on the metal benches, and early in the morning we prepare and go to school. Still, when you come back to school, it's church again. I was taught to stand before people at the age of 8. I was taught to lead praise and worship at the age of 8. My brother was taught to play keyboard at the age of 6. Like you were bound to play the part and close the gaps and lead actually all people. And so my dad really trained us to be in this ministry thing for the way he wanted it. And I believe it molded us in a very good way. Sometimes we felt like we'd complain and all that. I remember there was one time my mom got sick and we had to stay home for 6 months. And then we had to start school at June.
Yeah.
And that was at Mukutlu. It was comprehensive. So my dad made sure we went to private schools because we wouldn't know the language of the place that we are actually moving to. So we went to private schools throughout. And my mom got sick and we started school at juniors. And it was the siblings. It was me, my brother, my younger brother, and the twins. We were 5. That June, when we wrote exam, we were all in the top 10 without any background from January with work. So that's something that
All
taught
of
me
you.
to, yeah. My brother was around number 3. I was number 6, somewhere there. All of us were in the top 10 without background from January to May in studying. And that's where I understood that God really works in an amazing way. So, yeah, okay, that's Danisile, siblings of 11. I'm one person who is a people's person. I'm for help. I'm one person who has a heart of helping, a heart of stretching forth. And I grew up around. I went to so many schools. I even went to Meridian here at Palabora. I did my grade 6 and 7. Then we moved to Zenin and I did my grade 8 to 12. Then I went to University of Limpopo when I studied. And yeah, that's me. I got married some year back. I was blessed with 3 kids. My marriage didn't go well. And yeah, I am, and I'm still me. And sometimes I believe some things that we go through as people, they're actually meant to be there for a reason. I believe that God doesn't do things and it's not meant to be. Everything it's meant to be. Hence, he has a way throughout for you.
Okay.
Yeah, in a glimpse, that's me.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes.
I like how you unpack it. It was intentional because I don't like introducing people on our channel.
Understand.
I only say your name and you do the rest on your own.
It makes sense because the person knows much better than
Yes.
yeah. And in wording, it might not be the way
Yeah, of
I would
course.
say
You
it.
see, that's what I'm talking
Yes.
about. So you are born in where? In Mkhuhlu or
No
in,
Zanin.
you're born in Zanin?
Yes, Litava Hospital.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, where in Zanin? In town?
Dan Village.
Okay. Actually, a village girl.
Yeah, I'm a hardcore village girl.
Mm.
Hardcore village girl. Yes.
I like it. And you look like you've always been ambitious.
Very, very. I
Mm.
mean, I'm a go-getter.
Mm.
I remember 3 months back, I was like, no, I just want to study something just to,
Mm-hmm.
just check something. And yeah,
Mm.
I did it. I just completed it.
Mm.
I got a cum laude. So it's all about fighting for
Wow.
something. And yeah,
Come
that's
loud.
me.
Ha.
Yes.
You
Yes.
can get book.
Yeah, me and books of friends,
What I play
studying.
class in when we were struggling.
And then
Look,
Bapongo, I mean,
when the teacher is asking questions and we all can't answer it. But okay, Danisile, help them. What I believe, I
not really. The one can't Bapongo, but we
what
get exam them there.
what I believe. No, okay, help them.
Yeah,
They're struggling.
just resolve it. But not really. But I think it's also through hard working.
Mm.
Yeah, we achieve all these different things through hard work. It's through hard work.
Yeah, yellow bag. We must put effort.
Yes.
You must put effort.
Mm.
Now let's talk about your life in varsity.
Life in varsity.
When did you go to varsity?
Okay, I completed my grade 12 in 2009. I went to university 2008, and then I went to university 2009. I completed 2011. Yes,
Mm.
life in varsity. You want me to unpack it?
No, it's fine. I will ask you. So then Shamsel. Like no unpacker. What I say as one soccer. Listen lava so.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You know, um Kukomba Sokera hard work. How long did your degree take?
3 years.
Record time.
Oh, definitely.
Mm.
Goes record time, you're done.
Briefly, if you had to advise a grade 12 learner this year who's going to varsity next year, how
Mm.
did you make it in record time?
Varsity is the most nicest place to be.
Mm.
It's amazing. I tell the kids in extra classes to say that varsity, it's got all that. It's life
Mm.
24/7,
Mm.
but everything is a choice.
Mm-hmm.
What you decide today determines your tomorrow.
Mm.
So at the end of the day, I believe if you know yourself and stand still to what you know, you're most likely to complete whatever that you want. I
Mm.
mean, like when we live here, we go to university, you know that okay, there'll be this and that, freshers ball, this all this clubbing and all that. But now when you sit down and weigh all those things, what I do today, would it actually give me good results or bad results?
Mm.
So that's what I'll tell any learner that everything is a choice. I can tell you, don't do this, don't do that. But if you feel like you want to do it,
Mm.
it's your own choice.
Because
It all goes with your
you
choice.
just need to focus on what you are there for.
Yes.
And then career choice, how did you end up there? Who helped you? Was it
Mm-mm.
are you one of those that
Yo,
just went to TEF and then
yeah.
bakusalele?
Career choice. Hence, I told you I wanted something with military and all
Mm.
that and stuff. Going to university is hard. You get there, you know no one.
Mm.
You are in queues. Sometimes you queue in a queue where you don't even know what's what.
Mm.
But kuna course one, there's this course. What is it about? Then you start asking and all that and all that. But I believe I landed in a course that described me. It
Mm.
really spoke more about me.
Mm.
I'm one person who'd never go into health, like doctor wise and all that. I go blank, all
Mm.
that. Hence I told her I wanted to do law, but I
Mm.
was discouraged on that one.
Mm.
Then I had to come with another option where I actually ran to psychology.
Mm.
And yes, I still have to embark on my honors, my masters, and a doctorate.
Mm.
I believe with God willing, I'll actually reach to that. But yeah, when you get to university, then you reach there, it's everyone for themselves and no one to assist you. Hence, with me, when my siblings are going to university, I make sure I'm in the car. I'm with them throughout. Because I knew the pain of being alone in those queues, and some will tell you we can't help you. Some will say your scores don't reach to this, and sometimes you don't even have more information to it. So if there's someone who's there to help you and enlighten you to say that you can do this, your subjects can take you to this and this, I think it's much better. And with our time, it was rare. We were not exposed to careers to say that there's this and that and all that. I believe kids these days are really, really blessed. We've got social media that exposes everything. There's a physiotherapist, there's a gynecologist, all those kind of things and all that, and more to it. But yeah, with us, you went there and you hustle your way around.
Now access the internet.
Yes, like
internet is
you
just
they're
everywhere.
exposed to everything. Like there's no way a child can say that I don't know what to do. Then I'll think they're actually absent-minded
They're
or
ignorant.
ignorant. I would say.
Ignorance.
Yeah.
Ngamabomu nje.
Mm-hmm.
What is your biggest regret in your varsity days?
My biggest regret, I would say my biggest regret it's I didn't study as much as I thought I would. Your university and yeah, my marks in a way. I went there and yeah, I just went for a pass.
Or you feel like you should have done more?
Yes.
I will have a cum laude.
Oh yes.
But at least
I
you
was
got it now.
capable of doing more, but I
Okay.
wasn't. I remember when I was doing my first year, I didn't study at all. I
Mm,
mean, I'm one person, I'm good in listening. I sit down, I listen to what you're saying.
mm,
You give me one word, I can give you paragraphs of one word.
mm,
So my study mostly was with essay writing and all that.
mm,
So I just attended my classes and I went to write my exams and that's it.
mm.
Yet if I studied,
And
I
okay.
think I could have done a really, really, really much
Mm.
better. A lot much
Okay. And then career-wise, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
in 5 years. Okay, fine. I want to embark into business.
Okay.
Okay, the qualification that I studied now, I want to start a consultation company around it.
Mm.
So, yeah, I'm for business. Now my brain can't sit still. I'm for, hey,
It
I'm
can.
forever. I know it can't sit still. I'm forever thinking of something. I've got so many ideas of business, so many.
Mm,
It's just that most of the things need capital. I don't believe in saying who knows who. I don't. I serve a God who has opportunities. So I believe it always goes with getting your capital and instilling this and run it and all that. So yeah.
Okay.
I started embarking on events. So with an event, for example, let's say you're getting married. When you get married, make sure. Hey, but I saw you. Okay. You got married already. I saw it on Facebook. So yeah. Congratulations.
Hey,
I think it's too
you are the guest here, not the other way around.
I think it's 2 months back, right? Yes, cat dog. Yes, I saw it. Oh my goodness. It's just that I think I'm also familiar with the lady. I just don't know her. But congratulations. Yeah, love is a beautiful thing. Yes.
Mm,
But well, one day you might want to do anniversary and whatnot. What happened is that I run everything. So you say, I'm getting married, this is my budget. I get you music, I get you all the cameras, I get you the deco, I get you the dressing. When I just bring money, we run everything. And no one comes and runs to you and say, "Har tamati se re ring." Those kind of annoying things. They say, "Var man angatanga,"
mm.
So yeah, I wanted to do this. Just that it's still something which is coming and
Mhm.
growing. And yeah, it's one of my
Do you
dreams.
love it?
I love it.
Mm,
I love it when people brings problems to me. Like you just come and say, "Hey, this, resolve, solve," and yeah.
mm.
And I'm a multitasker. I can do basically run for everything. So yeah, just in church,
Okay.
I can usher, I do everything.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I see. So it's your varsity, and then you come back to Palabora.
Yeah.
You came straight to Palabora after varsity.
No.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. But then still in my varsity life, I had like I told you, it's a choice.
Mm,
When I went to varsity, I was graced to meet a group of Christians.
mm,
That's where we were trained to be Christian. When you say you go to varsity and you learn how to pray.
mm,
I learned how to climb the mountain.
mm,
When we would adjourn our classes at Friday, we'd have a fasting for the whole weekend and we're on a mountain and all that,
mm,
right in varsity.
mm,
So I can't say I had that wild varsity life. No,
mm.
not at all.
Okay.
I loved my varsity life. I
Mm,
remember there was one time I would come back every weekend to this other church back at home. I did the worship day. You're amazing. No worship, amazing. There were a time where I'd actually even ask God, you know what, when we start worship, let there be deliverance. Chairs will be packed up. Deliverance would start from worship itself. So yeah, I mean, my varsity life was amazing. It was amazing. We were trained. We pray, yeah, endurance and all that, yeah. And then after varsity, I came back to Zenin, hustling to get a job and all that and all that. Didn't work. As I told you, I was married. Then we had a church, we had a ministry. So he was a pastor. We had a
You were married
ministry.
to a pastor.
Yes.
Okay.
So
you got married in your varsity life while you're still in varsity?
No.
After school?
After varsity.
Okay.
Remember, I married the very same year I completed my degree.
Mm.
And yeah, we met in church and then ministry happened.
Mm.
And what helped is that I have a background of ministry. So I remember we erected a lot of branches, site ya Polokwane, Polowago, Moramphatlele, Seleting, all those places. And yeah. And then I gave birth with my first daughter in the tent. Yeah, I was still in the tent. We erected tents from village to village and all that. And yeah, and then I got lucky with getting a job in teaching without a qualification in teaching.
Okay.
That's where my teaching career started.
Mm.
Yes. So I worked at Zanin, Meridian, and then I worked at Mabumba, but I was volunteering there. Things happened. I got a letter, and then I came here. I worked at Meridian here at Palabora. And I also worked at Kamabushi. Yes, I taught there for some time. I'm not going to talk more about it. But yes, I did teach there also. And then I moved. I went to Meridian here in Zanin. I'm in Palabora. That's where I got an opportunity to further my study. Then I did a postgrad in education. From then I completed. I had 5 distinctions.
Wow.
Yes, me and 5 me and distinctions. Yes, and by that time I was expecting my last born. Yes, and yo, it was hard. Working there was hard because I was teaching grade 7. I was expected to teach all subjects alone. So maths, natural science, social sciences, technology, arts and culture,
Yo,
life orientation.
that's a lot of work.
Then I'm expecting, but yes, I bagged 5 distinctions. I completed in a week. I remember this. I have to share. In a week, okay, I completed. Then I went for maternity leave, right? And then there's a lady that came and stood in for me. When I was at maternity leave, that lady, the principal gave her my post. When I came back, she took me to grade 5, not grade 7. Now her reasons was that I now have a child and that the workload is a lot. I understood that. I was fine with it. But everyone in the workplace were like saying, that lady was a lawyer. My spirit went like, I can't fight her. I was as calm as nobody. And we became friends with the lady. I became friends with her. Like, when the people said another thing, I acted another thing different. I opposed everything. I didn't know she would be my angel one day. Sometimes listen to the Holy Spirit when He speaks to you. Listen to your spirit when He speaks to you. And then and then she came to me. She felt bad. She said to me, everyone says, Nakia lawyer took your post. I was like, you know what? I still have my salary. And I'm still working. And actually the workload, it's really less. I'm grateful for that. And she was fine and calm. But people outside still spoke. And I held her hand, I told her, in a month I won't be working anymore. I applied at the Roy School. I remember my C-section was still very fresh. It was 2 weeks. And when I dropped my CV, those ladies were shouting, where have you been all this time? We've been looking for... And then they went through my documents. She even have this. We've been looking for somebody with this. You know, all those things. I was like, I felt so lost. And they took my CV. They called me for interview this following day. Interviews. I got a job in 2, 3 months, 2 weeks, 3 days. No, after a day, I was called in to come and start. Guess what? When I came to start, we were using a public transport, like, the special taxis. That taxi stacked.
First day.
Yeah. And remember, it's white people. I'm the only black people and the first black person in that school. I was the first black. Since the school was there from 1976.
You're the first black teacher.
I'm the first black teacher in that school.
Wow. Okay.
I remember the words they would say that you are the dark chocolate on the white chocolate. You know the words that the white people would say and all that. But I didn't care. I think I didn't. And the taxi got stuck. And my kids also, I took them from the other school. I'm going them to the new school. They're in the taxi also. I had to come out of that taxi. They told me 7 o'clock. Remember, there's a black person coming to our school. She's late on her first day. And I went out of that taxi. I left my kids. I told the driver, you'll see what to do with my kids. They must get to school. I hiked another taxi. The taxi got stuck. Like I'm a Yeah. He's stuck. Just like that.
Okay.
And my husband, by then, when I called him, he was at Gravelot.
It's far.
Very far. I had a car, I couldn't drive. The very same woman. They said she was a witch. Yeah. I called her. She didn't take 2 seconds. She stopped. She took me to my workplace. Look, 3 minutes to 7. I need to get in. God, what? Sometimes people invite you to be a hater towards somebody, not knowing who that person might be your destiny helper.
But hotspot.
Yes. So I refuse to be hotspotted. I refuse. I'm one person. I've got a very thick backbone. I don't go with the multitude. And that lady, I'd married her already. She was at work already. She didn't take even 2 seconds. She picked me up. She drove me to my workplace. Just like that. Who would have asked? I wouldn't have asked anyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing and encouraging.
Yes.
Yes. Yo. Eventually bana bafika esikolweni.
Yeah, kubafike njani. As long as if kids are late, it's fine.
It's fine.
But I'm a teacher now. It's my first day. I'm a black person. It's all whites. And yeah. And they'll be saying, oh, so you bring a black person to come and be late and all that.
Let's talk about the treatment now that you're the only and first black woman, black teacher in the school. How was things? Let's talk about the very first year.
I think they got scared. They guarded everything they said, how they act. Sometimes there were those who would say words and, thing is that I'm not an emotional person. I'm a woman, yes. But I'm less of an emotional person. And I'm too matured to succumb to a simple word that one person would say. Yeah. I'm too big to fall under such things. Well, I loved it. There were those who would be welcoming. There were those you felt,
Look, it happens in any
in any place, yes.
Whether you're when you're working with your black sisters and black brothers,
yes.
you'd still find such treatment.
But it was a happy family and it's a praying place.
Okay.
Yeah. You're there, it's a praying place. And it was nice being there. And I think I loved it because I was different.
Okay.
Yeah. I stood out. Everything I did was standing out. So I think that's what made me love it. There are those who took me through and all that. I remember I was dropped in a class, I was teaching Afrikaans also. So yeah,
Okay.
I did go to an Afrikaans school when I was doing grade 2. My dad loved exploring. I did study I did do Afrikaans for Veskende and all that. Everything was in Afrikaans. So Afrikaans was not actually a foreign language to me. I heard what they say. Like now they can scan and all that. I hear everything they say. But I think I loved being me because I didn't go with what other people say or how they believe in. So I had to erect me and build me in this foreign place. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I loved it. It was a praying place. We do prayers. Even today, when they're opening and all that, they know Danisile will be there if they need to be prayer. There's one teacher like saying that, oh, Danisile, you can't say such words. You're a praying woman. You know such things. But yeah, I really think I built me, just like Palabur. I love Palabur, I built me. No one calls me Unwana Jonas. Jonas wakwenza inini. Kumengwana Nelson. You Inwana Mebulo. No, I'm me. People know me as me. So yeah.
Okay. That's amazing.
Yes.
It's very important to know your identity.
Yes.
You cannot easily be intimidated.
Yes. No, not oh.
You're not easily shaken.
No. And I also assess. I assess first, okay, this is for to go and whatnot. Yes.
Okay. When your marriage is not working out and you're such an ambitious woman who's doing well academically, whom the Lord is blessing, you're working with Rakasha and you're happy. The most important thing is to do what you love.
It's true.
And then you'll never work for the
It's
rest of
true.
because it's something you love.
It's true.
You understand?
It's
How is it now affecting your? How are you now balancing it, being able to breathe and accept that okay, things are not working out in that area of your life, and there's certain areas that you're excelling, and especially because you're now a pastor's wife. Being a pastor's wife, you are sitting on a spotlight. There are a lot of people that are looking up to you, especially because you've started churches. And how do you now come down and calm yourself down and balance your life to say, listen, this is not the end of the world and all that, and you're able to move on? How do you do that?
well. This will take me back to there.
Mm,
We had a church at Machimane.
mm,
So I mean, I was a very active person. Machimane, I know all those churches until I was even interdom
mm,
mentor.
mm,
Yes, I became the mentor for 4 years. I went through discrimination from pastors, fightings, and a lot, a lot of things.
mm,
And when it came to Interdome, I didn't want anything. I made sure I was out there. My car would transport everyone around and all that. Those were staying far and stuff. Meetings, I'd sit into their meetings, be an advisor, but I allowed them to be them.
mm,
But I was just their mentor and overseer and all that. So we started that position ourselves. There wasn't a mentor
mm,
or an overseer and all that, and somebody to pray for interdom. I really believe that there has to be a pastor who has to be accountable for praying for this in a denomination and all that. So we opted to do that. So when we separated, he left me in that. Me going out of my marriage didn't touch anything of my spiritual life. Continued being like that. But well, when I went out, I felt people are going to be judgmental. People will be saying this and that. Because I stood for some time enduring to say, what will people say?
mm,
You understand?
mm,
So I was scared of what will people say, and people will be judgmental and saying this and that. Eventually, I went out. I think going out felt so much relieving than being inside. Well, I'm not gonna say my marriage was the worst. I had a very nice. It was.
mm.
It was fine. It was
Okay.
fine, and even to date, I can't tell you what happened.
Okay.
I can't tell you what we fought for. What no, I can't.
Mm,
So going out of it, I received so many calls. Help us. Me expecting people to judge me, I got another way round. Women of God, help us. I've been in this marriage for so long. There's actually this man, he's a pastor. There are ropes in the garage. We are 5 in the house. Every day we are shown those ropes that we are going to. Such endurance that women have to go through. There's so many pastors' wives which are going through agony and you guys don't know.
mm,
You look at them and we tend to have a saying to say that manifundiswa bora. Manifundiswa angasheshi. Manifundiswa one umyele ngovu. You don't know what they go through behind the scenes. I remember there was a movement that we started here, Manfundis. Hey, things that were spoken there were scary.
mm,
Done by the very same men of God that we stand there and say, hallelujah, God is good.
mm. Share Rashingunya.
Huh?
Share one, just one. I know we're not mentioning names.
I'm not going to mention name, but I know
Of
a lot of
course.
things. Okay,
The
for
West.
example,
Mm,
the West is the one wakubeka ntamba wabasunga. So he's a man of God. In the garage, kuna tintam, kuna bana, na mani na papa. Like they're being threatened.
Kumtalengwe, Nintambinli.
Ntambo lewa ya ku
Hey, Basunga.
suicide.
All
Yes.
of them.
Yeah, it's 5. They're all 5 in the house.
Yo.
Yes.
Okay.
And then another one, it's verbal abuse.
Mm,
There are a lot of mamfundis who are going through a lot of verbal abuse. And when the church comes, have you noticed most of the time when we say kuna pastor's appreciation, you're not appreciating mamfundis. Appreciate mamfundis. Am I lying? Am I lying?
no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
It's not
And
all
yet we
churches, of
forget,
course, but yeah.
with a pillar
Mm,
to this man standing till to date.
mm,
It's that woman.
mm,
It's her prayers.
mm,
It's her neglecting all her dreams.
mm,
I remember my mom was called into 2 hospitals to be a nurse. She neglected all that. to take my dad's ministry forth. They went together in the ministry. They traveled together. They did everything together. Now, in the long run, in things like that, a woman in general, you get to forget who you are. And what you do, you pursue this person's dreams.
Okay.
So that will be off another day. You'll invite me one day, I know.
Yeah. That's deep.
Yes.
You are.
You'll invite me one day, I know.
You are
Let's leave it for another
You are
day.
unpacking
Yeah.
sensitive things, so.
You'll invite
Things
me
will-
for another day.
yeah.
Because I see there's a lot that I'll say on this one, and we are no longer talking about what you were asking me.
No, it's fine.
So where I expected discrimination, I expected people, I received calls instead. And I think I found myself. This one time when I was sitting, God said, I'll take what you love the most for you to worship me accordingly. What are you saying? So me now when I got married, okay, now I was not a dating person. I was a tomboyish at school and
okay.
not dating and whatnot. So this man was my first. So we got married, when she seen I won't say when she seen whatever that he said. And I pursued his dreams. I supported what he wanted. I remember there was one time he would ask me to preach, and I was like, no, I'll pray for you, preach. Yet I know I'm also called. I'm a prophetess. I'm playing around my gift and all that. So there was one time I got away that sometimes God takes your relaxing moment or where you are so comfortable. Yes, your comfortable zone for you to see that you have to stand up on your feet and do something to what he has called you to be. It's like, okay. So yeah, basically that's what I got. People started calling and all that. And I think I found me after going out of there. That's where I found who's this woman? Am I this powerful? Am I this strong? Am I this capable? When as women we are trained to be submissive. Sometimes submission comes with hiding you. Sometimes submission comes with you actually putting you aside and But out of that, then I started to have an adventure. Like, okay, this is me. Started to learn more about me, and yeah, I think I actually even got happier and alive, and all that. Not to say that I'm happy that I went out of marriage. Marriage is something beautiful, and with Christianity, it's good because you're in one place. You can't go there and there. You are safe, and your calling and your spirituality is nourished in a very good way. So hence I'm trying to say is that me from there, I became a total new person. Totally new person.
Okay. And what's the age difference between you and him?
4.
Okay.
So it was
Mm,
I didn't think
mm,
it was okay.
it was okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Look, it's life. We go through different challenges. And I dihlawulele.
No, we don't. That's true.
I dihlawulele.
That's
It would be very naive of me or the next person who's watching here to be judgmental because they don't know what you went through. And as much as we don't know what other people are going through, some of the people they are going through some stuff and we judge them. And if you were in their position, out in the ways.
You know on that, can I hold you on that? Mina was that Christian, that typical Christian. Mina was raised in church. Everything about me is church. I breathe, everything was church. The way before I could be so judgmental or to feel like I'm an what and Lisa way, But life humbled me to an extent that I understood another person's boot, and I fit inside it to understand. Now I remember there was one time I was talking to God. He said, "Sometimes I have to take you through this for the ministry that you have to carry. You can't say I'm carrying a ministry. You don't know the pain that comes with that ministry. You don't know the way the journey that comes with that ministry. For example, if I'm to be in a ministry of broken women, I remember there's one time God showed me a calabash. It was a calabash, like a bowl in yamaplanga, like it was brown. And then in that calabash, I'd see women's tears going through it. And God said, I want you to go through this. Now, how am I to lead broken women if I've never been broken? How am I to lead a disappointed woman if I've never been through that disappointment? How am I to lead a person who has been backslidden if I haven't tasted the taste of feeling backslidden or not feeling loved anymore. So, oh, okay. So sometimes I feel, I take everything that comes my way, I take it positively. So learn from it and go on. So I believe it was meant to be. And yeah. And if somebody would feel like it's embarrassing and whatnot, so be it. I'm happy. And I'm really satisfied with what I've been through. Yes.
Okay. Look, that's good. I'm glad it didn't fall apart.
No,
I've seen people that went through divorce and
no.
they never came back.
I think I've got the most supportive family. Now my siblings are all that. My mom, all that. If now I would say that I had an accident now with my car when I drive out here, like we attack. We are the most loving group of people. The family took me through support. It was there 100%. I remember there's one time I was struck by minor depression. And
Because of the
I don't know if
separation.
I would say it's the divorce or what, but I just shut down. It was through COVID time. I got sick, really sick. My mom drove here to come and fetch me. Look, one time I didn't even see the road. I was in the car sleeping throughout. So kuna second last born kaya. I stayed with them. I usually I stayed with most of my siblings in my house. They call me deputy mom at home. I'm that one. They know
Okay.
you could you tell us Danisile, things have to happen. And I stayed with him. He had a challenge with fees. He dropped out at school because they needed 44,000. I had to hustle that, and we went through. He completed and he's fine now. But nevertheless, he stayed there with me. He gave me counseling. You know, when your siblings sit down with you, he's a boy, and he gave me counseling for 2 months in Kwai. You know that lockdown was so long.
Hey,
it was too long.
Tell me about it.
And then I was having spiritual attacks and all that. He stayed with me. My mom took my kids, so they were locked down that side. We were locked down this side. We were just two here. Yo, it was amazing. We'd sit down and have session in that sitting room. I would lie on my couch. You'd sit right next to me. We started talking. We prayed together. And there I was. I was fine and really appreciated. And with my siblings, every one of us have that corner. That corner that I know. Look, lava mali. That's man. Look, will I talk to this? So look, yeah. So we are a very strong group of people that helped. So they are very supportive, very, very, very supportive in everything. We are supportive towards each other. So if you get lucky, you get married into that family, you're blessed. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Do you have sisters, younger sisters
Yes.
that are not married?
Sisters. Yeah, just one left.
Oxelo. Brothers, Oxelo.
Just one left. She's a doctor.
Medical doctor.
She's a medical doctor, yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah. Marwa karata, so hey, good luck.
Oh, come once I talking karate. Anyway,
Bakhona.
I wounds. Hey, it's delicious. Let's move. Let's talk about your career as a teacher now. I want us to look I said I want you to give us the insight of the day-to-day challenges that you're facing as a teacher at school with our kids. You're doing it's foundation phase, ne?
Yeah, I'm teaching grade twos.
So there are issues that I'm sure you're going through nawa, which are our kids.
Yes.
And I know that parents we tend to we only want to
see results. You don't want to.
You understand?
Contribute.
We don't want to contribute. We don't
Not
even
at all.
Let's talk about that. What are the common challenges that you're facing as a teacher that involves you and your kids and perhaps us parents?
Okay, I remember when I got hired in that post, I was teaching CPD grade 1 to 7, right? And the post was taken away, and then I was absorbed by the school. I remember last year, I had to make a damage control from 2 teachers who were failing that grade.
Okay.
So it was 2 white teachers were there. Okay, there was the first one. Parents complained. It was a mess. And then kungena one na yena swi nga fambi kahle until they brought me.
Okay.
I mean, I was thrown into their den of lions. God is amazing at times. And when I was dropped there, I had that stigma to say that Black people usually say that they don't trust the blacks, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had that stigma.
Okay.
I felt they're going to say, she's black, and stories and whatnot. From that group, I built an amazing relationship with parents.
Okay.
Okay, I remember when I started there, the parents were called in. There was a class meeting. There was a meeting with parents, and I was introduced.
Remember, you're the first black teacher.
Yes, I'm there, but then now we have some now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's another one like after 2-3 years. Yes.
Mm.
So I'm in there. I'm introduced. Then I must prove myself. I'm expected to. And those parents are seated there, and they've got questions. It's flocking with questions and all that. But you look at me, you look at my smile, you go like, she's got it. And when I speak firm. I know myself. Give me multitude, I'll stand and speak firm. You listen to me. I've got an authoritative voice. I stand up and speak. Now, I believe it's not only about the voice, but the anointing also enhances all that. So I stood there and I told them, I'm not a magician, but it takes a village to raise a child. I'm not going to do this alone. We're going to work hand in hand. Yes, the foundation was bad, but from today, let's work together. It was fine. No questions anymore. The principal was shaking. You'd see, and it happened. There's one lady that the principal was so scared of her. I won't mention her name.
Of course.
She's a very powerful woman of God. And it happened before that meeting happened. I think 6 months back, I was invited to be a motivational speaker at France. She couldn't make it. She gave my name. There was one time she was supposed to do motivational speaker in a church. She put my name. She didn't know me, not even see my face. She just called me, Danisile, I heard there's a person like you. You come on and like this. The very same lady that the principal is so scared of. So now we had a relationship before actually that. I just knew her, say and all that, but not closely so. Oh, she comes, the principal is shaking and whatnot and whatnot. Okay, then me and her are sisters. That moment where you feel like it's going to be awkward and all that. And then that lady was fine and she didn't ask much questions. I remember she gifted me with a 3,000 cologne when the year ended. So my class was amazing. It was amazing. I still have contact with the parents. I mean, I'm one person at school. When the kids have problems, they send them to me. I'm the counselor at school. So grade 1 to 7, parents will call. Danisile ngwana me angana captain. I'll make a plan. Danisile ngwana me alahlekela yini and all that. I remember there's one time when I was still also teaching the seniors also. The principal came to me and said, I know you're the one who's calling the parents. So your child comes to me and say, ma'am, I forgot my book. I'm a mom, first of all. Then I'm a teacher. I take my phone. There's a book at least. One other fail. Come project. He came to me and said, I know. You are the one calling these people and you're doing out of a good heart. But stop it. I still do it though today. That's my heart. That's
okay. That's who you are.
Yeah. I can't stop from that. Even if I still do it. And I tell those parents, don't tell them. I called.
But the principal finds out.
He knows. He knows it's me.
Okay.
I go to an extent of taking in a child into my house. If I see you're struggling a lot, I take you into my house. Let's see if you can pass. Let's see. I believe we can do much better and all that. So yeah. But then the challenges that we go through with the parents, it's okay. I don't know. With me, I mean, I don't have funny.
No,
funny
generally.
Parents. Generally, it's parents who are not part of the kids. For example, you go to work. You leave early in the morning. Your child is still sleeping. You come back. Your child is sleeping again. So parents are absent. Most of our parents are absent, and our kids don't have norms and standards and values. They don't have anymore. Respect, they don't have anymore. And kids feel like how they feel, they can just lash it out. I mean, like, let's go back with me and you when we're still growing. Probably with more or less same age group.
Yes.
I mean, like when your mom reprimanded you, But today we've got kids who are backchatting, not even, they don't click the tongue, they backchat at you. They're opinionated, they have an opinion to everything. So we are losing it in that way. And sometimes we feel like money raises kids and our presence is not important. You can have money, but my money will never raise. Now you can give me money, ne? But if I'm not a woman who has brains to build a home, me and you will never have a home. You can be a millionaire, but if you're not married to a woman who has the brains to build a home, to say that we need a house, we need a chair, we need a plate, we need a fork, I'm telling you, you'll never have a home. So goes with parenting. A lot of my parents have money, but they feel like them buying all those games and all that. It's not important. And today we trust social media to raise our kids, and we are not there. Recall very well, mena we look we'd sit down on a Friday and then daddy will tell us all those stories and all that, the tales and all that. But in those tales, there was something to learn out of those tales.
There was a lesson in all of them.
Exactly. There was a lesson in all of them. Even if you tell you that he fought someone when they were herding sheep or cows, but there was a story behind it. There was something that came with
I agree.
a lesson.
100%.
Yes.
You're right.
Do you sit with your child and say that?
No. Phone.
Yes. And we sit in the sitting
No
room,
Wi-Fi.
everyone is holding a phone. Including the kids, including the parents. I was telling somebody to say that God bless me with a marriage. When I get married next time, there'll be a bag of phones at the door. Everyone drops their gadgets there. Gadget free in the house. Why? We don't know each other while we're staying in the same house.
You become shocked to hear of your child.
Yes.
On social. Did you see what your daughter has posted on?
Yeah.
And you're like, what are you talking about?
So parents are absent. I know my kids more than the parents know. When they come for parents meeting, they're like, I'll tell them about their child. They're like,
who are
you
you
are
talking
right.
about?
You are right. Some would say you are right. Some would say, are you for real? Let me look at it. In a week, they'll tell you, you're right. You understand? So our parents are absent. They fail to reach into these children's lives. There's one time there's a child that complained to me. She's like, ma'am, when mommy gets home, she's on her phone throughout. And she's a teenager. You don't get to talk to her. She doesn't listen to what you're saying. She's always on her phone. There should be sometimes sit down on the carpet. Listen to the funny stories. I mean, I've got a 5-year-old. She's got stories to tell throughout. There's always a story behind a story. And she's very intelligent. She'll tell you this and this. And then she'll even mix this and this to say, you know why this happened? You know all those small stories. But you learn from them also sometimes. But then give time to your children. That's the most beautiful gift that you would give. For example, now, if you'd have a funeral at your home, I'll send you 3,000. Taba xava ti-refuse bag, yi xava my size and all that. Mara mehe ni nga ta va ntini ni ta ni ta ku pfuna ku phila. Kumbe tende ri ku wela, buti loyi a ta ku pfuna ku ri yimisa. It's more important than me who sent money. Do you understand?
If all of us were to send money and not come,
then there's nothing happening. So sometimes we neglect to say that even the person that showed up, we feel like they're nothing. But those are the most important people that showed up. They sacrifice their time. No one has time.
No one has time.
No one has time. We all don't have time.
We're living in a busy world.
Yes, but put time. Try to have that time. I mean, like if men have or women have time to go cheat, why don't you put that time on your kids? It's a waste of time. If you have time to go sit down and drink and have a party or whatnot with friends, give that little time with your kids. Sometimes you're living with a stranger. Oh, you are feeding a serpent in your house, not knowing. So I'd say that the most important thing that parents would actually deposit into, it's giving time. The moment you give time, you get to learn. Even when the teacher says, your child did this and this, you get to understand. And sit down, help them with work. Sit down, work with them, study with them. Contribute.
After care. We are
Yes.
late 6.
We have that in my house. Kids leave 8 o'clock.
When they get home,
they're basically my kids.
The parents are not even aware of what he or he's going through.
Yeah, so I also have that in my house. My brother is running it and I'm helping him. And I'm doing the primary and he's doing the high school. Those kids are ours. Like I'm with those kids forever. There are those who sleep in my house. I take them in for camps when there's exams. They stay there, we study and all that. So at the end of the day, teachers are actually parents to
Of
the
course.
kids more
Of course.
than the parents, actual parents.
Of course. Look, bana like baya makaya bakwetile.
And that's it. And I know more of them. The parents get surprised. I tell them, your child is not okay today. They're like, yeah, she's sick. I can tell. Me, I'm one person who's very vigilant. Okay, I check with everyone around me. Everyone around me. I know people's moods. I know how to change to this and that. Loko ungatsakanga na Steve. Na loko woni hlamla phone in stock, you are not happy, then I withdraw. I'm like that. So I think it's simple to know that what are you working on. But I plead with the parents, make time.
It's important.
Make time.
Make time. It's important about way after all.
Yes.
Important about way after all. Okay. Wow. Hey. You just, people that are watching, they will learn the importance of being a parent, not only financially, not only because you're providing finances and stuff, but also because you also need to be there on the academics.
Emotionally.
Who's a child?
Emotionally is a very important. Our kids are emotionally based. Lots of our kids. Be there emotionally, psychologically, they need you. It's not about the physical, and that's it. Spiritually, you need to be there for your kids. Yes. My kids know Fridays imen kongelako. I pray for the kids. I pray for the parents. We actually mentioned to the extent if their parents were not even happy in their marriages, in their family, in the house, we pray. We go to that extent. And there's a day where we have time where I ask them to pray for their parents. You never know what your parents go through. And remember, kids are they're clean. I believe a child's prayer gets to heaven more than my prayer, because I out-sin a lot, but not a child. So I told those kids and I asked them questions. What's going on in the house? The one would say, my mom is sick, my granddad, I just lost my grandparents. And we all pray together in that class. And that's important. Teach your child how to pray. There must know where to resort to when they come across challenges. Yes.
Wow. Before I close, I want to ask you a question that I stalang babutsaban by side. But it's something I've been thinking about. Do you believe that there are men out there that are abused by their wives?
A lot. I have a lot of men calling me, telling me the same thing. So I do counseling. Yes, there are a lot.
They're counseling if I never should.
No, people don't know I'm doing counseling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't want.
Okay.
It will be too much for me. One day God will give me that platform. I know a lot of men who are being physically abused, emotionally, verbally abused. You go all out, you do everything, and still it's not enough. So there are a lot of men going into that abuse, and sometimes men feel like it's embarrassing to go out and talk about it, because you'll feel less of a man or be little. If you can see, a lot of men are broken. Broken to an extent that they also don't trust in themselves too. If you see a man becoming a parasite, to wanting someone being their shadow all the time. Can I give you a very simple example? Look at a guy who's always around people, around friends, throughout. Because angana he's not him. He doesn't know who he is. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And some of these things are contributed also by single-headed family background. You're raised by a woman, and it's girls in the house. You're overpowered as a man. It starts there also. Now, when you get into this marriage, you are still under that stigma. You understand? There are those women who says, you know what, you say do this, you do it, and all that. And all that. And then they forget a man, I've got brothers, I stay with my brothers, they're twins. I see that I regard them as my dad. I respect them to that extent. But for the mere fact that you are a man, I respect you. My son is only 10 years old. He's the man. I give him I'm a single mom. But I want to raise a man while I'm a single mom. A real man would stand and say, I am a man, and stand up. So I'm not saying that I'm giving him ego and whatnot, but I respect the boundaries of him being a man. At the age of 10, I don't want to find like, okay, fine, my son is becoming something else just because me and the dad failed to be together for him to play his role as a dad. So God give me strength to raise my son to be a real man, even if I'm a woman. So yes, I know there are a lot of men who have been abused.
Okay.
A lot.
No one can see in so you're also saying that men that are not well, they must reach out. They must
Reach out, speak out. Why do we get a lot of men killing women and shooting and all that? Or suicide. It's rare for a woman to go through suicide. What why? Eloko ngena taxi nisho no tshama. Engwe enuna lo anganikomi kahle. We start breathing out. But men have ego. You can go through pain. Ukuma kumile kunweni ka byala mishabe e byala bya 6,000. Ukala na voroso kumbe na muro wa ku dya kaya. But una pride. You've got the pride not to say, tell your friend, hey, abe, when you are buying that alcohol, at least stash me na 300. I want to buy share. Pride and ego. That's what kills men. And they resort to what? Suicide, killing, cheatings, all those kind of things. And women forget that for you to build a happy home, you have to show respect. I know men want respect, nothing else. All those things that we're going after and all that, sometimes it's worthless if I'm not respecting you as a man. Simple as that.
Interesting. Yeah, you're unpacking very sensitive issues. Yeah, I hope everyone that is watching is learning.
Yes,
Those
I
that are
hope so.
married, those that are about to get married, both men and women.
Yes, it covers both men. There's a
Because
book I was reading. It says that girls prepare and men shows up. We women are always prepared, but there's never, in the olden days, no na le kgoro. I'm gonna speak in Sweden. I was reading
it's okay.
Swedish people. Ne go na le kgoro, ba re ba dula fatshe jwale ka banna, ba rute monna hore monna ke eng. Don't have that anymore. How do you expect a man was raised by a woman to be a man? Really? But where are those men now? Ba mo rere mešweu, ba tlo dula kgorong mare monna o tshwanetse o dira so. Mosadi o mmetha so. Motho o tlo tia mosadi wa tsakeng a mo pšhatla, but there's a way of you punishing this woman. Where are those men who still instill those?
Kgoro ya basadi e gona?
We have.
Okay.
Kgoro ya basadi we have. In churches, women are still taught on how to work as women. That I believe. I was raised there to know that a woman must be like this and like this. We still have that. Even to date, if you check in churches, women are still raised. You guys, kuna men conference and whatnot. Let me African blah blah kuma ku blah blah mbangi ngwane and whatnot and whatnot. Mostly, but I'm not saying I'm not being judgmental on it. But I'm trying to say that Bakai Van Naval, all those men with white hair would sit down and say, Munna, a man. So a man must sacrifice. A man must know I'm the protector. A man must know I'm the initiator. Today, now I'm no longer backseat. We may look once at that. Like, really, do we still call that man? Do you understand?
No,
So I think it also goes, it's a topic on its own.
it is.
Yeah.
Indeed. I know it's fine. I think I'll call you again and we'll talk about something related to that and maybe get another opinion
Yes.
and about these type of things. It goes hand in hand.
Yes.
So all
It
over
differs. It's true.
If
Exactly.
if you're a man and a husband.
Play as a man. If you're a woman, be a woman.
Yeah.
So people, their roles are really scattered these
Yeah.
days.
So you also find a man that is not available, who's not playing their role. And you also find a woman
who's not available.
who's also
I
not
know that very
available as
well.
a woman who's competing with the men.
True that. But sometimes then you ask yourself, why is I don't know if it's the devil or it's God just swapping all these things.
These are just challenges of life. But like you said, it's a topic on its own. Leila baka tension. Our world today is so complicated.
Yeah,
a lot of things that are
very.
happening
A lot.
because people have shifted from their positions.
Yes.
Mara, and we talk about there are real issues that kona kwala. But I'm glad I feel you are the right person to can talk about these type of things.
All right.
Let's talk about your other businesses for your bookings as a motivational speaker and all that. Here's your camera.
Okay.
Please tell your people where to find you on social media and all that.
Right. I usually do motivational speaking. If you need motivational speaking, can be with girls, it can be with learners, women, men, any topic. You shout it out. I'm your person.
Okay.
Yes, you can find me on Facebook. It's Danisile Shiks. And you can go through my WhatsApp. I really prefer WhatsApp and a call than Facebook and all that. You can call me on 072-479-5480 or ask people who are doing this podcast. I know they have my contacts. But yeah, most people do not have my contacts. And I also do MCing. It's weddings, funerals. It depends, whatever that it is, just an MCing. And yeah,
Okay.
I also do preachings. I'm just not a fan.
Okay.
Okay, yes, I love being invited for worship. Yes. Worship session. I love worship sessions. I'm not a good singer, but I trust what I carry.
She's lying. She's a great singer.
No,
she's
I'm not.
She's not telling the truth. She's
Me
an
and
amazing
singing,
singer.
no, not saying WhatsApp group. But I trust the anointing that I carry.
Okay.
I know he manipulates every odd, everything. So yeah, singing, I'm your person, yeah. And counseling, if you need to talk. Yeah. I'm one person who always have that little time for assisting. And then another thing, we also have classes in my house. We do grade 1 to 12. We grade 1 to 7. Yes, we do all subjects. But our most focus, we have accounting, geography, mathematics. We've got mathematicians there, the gurus. And yes, my little brother is the one that's here. I'm just working with him. It's his baby. So yeah, we're helping a lot of kids. And
Where are you guys based?
it's in Namahale.
Okay.
In my house.
Okay.
It's at the Kefing 1429 Namahale.
Okay.
Yes, that's where we do our classes.
Cool.
Yes, and yeah, if you feel you need to talk. Yeah. And if you have a challenge with a child, those rebellious delinquents, drop them in my house. I'll deal with them.
Okay.
I'm one person who's
great.
really good in that. If a mother said, hey, and all that, no, bring your child here. I'm one person. I'm not, I'm a bit harsh, not really harsh. But I believe if you learn someone's point of view, it's easy to manipulate the system. Learn you, manipulate your system. Simple. Sometimes we fail, even with parenting. Manipulate the system. Understand this person. I mean, like you didn't give birth to the heart and the brains and all that. So manipulate the system. Learn your child. Know their thinking and know how they deal. Then you win. Just like that, you make them do what you want. Me, I'm one person. I'll make you do what I want. Won't hang us born.
Okay. Yeah. No, thank you so much, Danny. I really appreciate Palabra Podcast Corner. We are happy. I promise you, we will call you again not so long.
Thank you so
We'll
much.
come and then sit and talk about other topics. They didn't feel like you are the right person to talk to.
Thank you very much.
Until we meet again on our next episode in 1 year.
No problem.
We'll make arrangements off the camera and do that.
No, I really appreciate to be invited here and you trusting me with your viewers.
No.
Thank you so much.
I have no doubt. I don't regret.
No, thank you so much.
We don't regret having you. It was a good idea.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of our episode. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's very important to hear from you. We love engaging with our listeners or viewers at home. We feel it's important. So, in every episode that you watch, please like, or if possible, before we watch, like, and say something on the comment section. And then lastly, share with your friends on your social media. And yeah, on Facebook, we are Palabra Podcast Corner. Please also like there and engage us. If there's anything you want to suggest, someone you want us to invite and sit with, please send us an inbox there, and then we'll try and reach out to that particular person. Until we meet again, my name is Nico Mavaso. Voila!